はい、戻りました。司会変わりまして、私、抱負が務めさせていただきます。次の作品が、エトワールプリンセス、のカテゴリー、オールコレクタブルズでございます。解説の方いらっしゃいません。え多分知ってる人がおるのか怪しいなぁと、そんな感じですね。で、ハードが X68000、68K ですね。68K って、あれですよ。多分Windows が入ってない PC の中ではもう、一番最後の世代になりますね。触ったことないんですけど、生まれる前なんでね。ゲーミング PC というかまあ、ホビーパソコンの、あれですね。多分、最終世代になるのかな。その、NEC の PC88 とかは、X68K の前に多分ちょっと展開を終えちゃってるんで、何年ぐらいかな、68K って。8K が、87年。1987年の機体ですね。もうこの後はもう、基本的に Windows の入ったパソコンに一掃される形になると思います。Windows が入ってるのは95年か。本格的に。多分もうそこに、その Windows の時代に入る前の最後の世代になるのかな。多分 X68K は。
That says, how has the Ultima 3 run not been met yet? Doing my part to get more Charlotte and her speedrunning apprentice dad, Oregon Mike, onto the schedule. Well, thank you very much for that donation, and that is a fantastic segue into what we've got coming up for you next, which is an interview being done by Zokobun and Cici of the runner of Ultimate 4. That would be Oregon Mike, and hopefully the runner of Ultimate 3, and that would be Charlotte. Cici, Zoku, it's all yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Vani. Hello again. This is RPG Limit Break. Is it day 3, day 4?
知ってる人がほとんどいない作品になると思うしいの
I want it to
で。
be day 1, so I have more RPG Limit Break left.
More RPG Limit Break is always great. And speaking of more RPG Limit Break, congrats, folks. You met, we just saw here, you've met the bonus Ultima 3 run. And we are so pleased to be having both our Ultima 4 and our Ultima 3 runner here with us today. Oregon Mike and
そう
Charlotte,
そう。
how are
ビッ
you
ド
doing?
にね、
I'm doing great.
Charlotte?
Really good.
音源をミディにするってい
Is
う。
ready for what we have in store for them.
なんか
Actually, really
すっ
excited.
ごい
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you might be
Puzzle.
wondering, we've got stuff on the table. We've got
ホビーパソコンのゲームやなっていうものがありまして、達成されてますね。
We hear that Charlotte is a Lego Speedstar. And we thought it would be fun to pit our two Ultima runners in a Lego building race.
Fun.
So if you guys want to go ahead and get ready, and just before we start, hold up what you're building. So we gave Charlotte the choice of what she wanted to build, and she chose the boombox. So she's playing the boombox. And then we gave Mike his choice on what to build, and he chose the Apple computer. And then, so everyone in the audience, we're going to give them a countdown from 3, and then you guys are going to start. Are you guys ready?
Sure.
All right, audience, 3,
ミディ音源っていうのは多
2,
分
1,
内部音源を使うんじゃなくてってことですよね。
All
多分。
right.
All right, so Charlotte
なんか
already
レゴか。
flips open her book immediately. Mike scrambling through the bags, trying to find whichever one is
Yeah.
bag one.
I think
Charlotte's done with page 1 already.
The critical mistake from Mike is that he did not prepare for this.
True.
I'm trying to find the piece over here.
That's part of speedrunning, isn't it? Prepping.
Yeah, I'm
If I
not.
can never get the bag.
I'm not a speed. Do we have scissors? Yeah.
Okay, where's
Yeah.
that kind of piece?
Hopefully the Ultimate Run goes a little better than Mike's bag opening.
I did the
is
prep
going-
for that. The amount of work I had to do to get it running on these computers.
Okay, actually, I can't find these two pieces.
Ooh, okay, Charlotte is coming across a stumble.
Oh, here we go.
Oh no,
Fun
is
fact,
it in
it's-
bag 2? I think we should help Charlotte. How about we just help Charlotte?
She does not need your help.
Are these pieces here? Oh, this is this piece. Here you
Yes.
go.
There's pieces.
Okay.
And then it
Yep.
looks like
Okay, and I have this other piece right here.
We've got like 8 lines, so maybe it's
Okay.
this one?
Okay. Yep.
Oh, wait.
8 by 6. There we
Uh-huh.
go.
Oh.
Okay.
And this wants to go.
Yeah, there's something about an Ultima race going on here, but I got distracted by Legos.
I would love to do an Ultima race.
So I hear that I hear that this Ultima game
Okay,
is your favorite.
gonna-
This is absolutely my
focus.
Do you
favorite.
want to
Focus.
also talk about that
Focus,
and try to build
focus.
Legos at the same time?
Oh, wait.
No,
Got the wrong
but sure. Yes, I
For a
will-
second, I actually got the wrong piece, but
Oh, no.
hold on.
Yeah. I
I'm
would.
coming across a stumbling block.
What would you like to know?
Well, there's about 20,000 Ultima games.
Yeah,
Oh, I
give or
thought you were
take.
about to say 20,000 Lego pieces.
Them-
Someone help me over this.
Oh, we're help. Okay, so there's about 20,000 Ultima games. What makes 4 your favorite?
Well, my history with it was one of the first
Okay,
ones I ever
so-
came across. I grew up with them. On the Commodore 64, my dad
I think it was like-
played them, and I enjoyed watching them. Do I even have the right pieces here? So I
It is like
enjoyed
a
enjoyed
number
watching them, and
4.
4 was the one that
we go.
got the best. I have the wrong bag open. I don't know
Well,
what's going on
this
here.
is going to take another 3 minutes for Mike to get this next bag open.
I
Would
don't
you
even-
like some assistance from the pit stop here?
I am badly outclassed. Is the problem? I'll take her on the field, on the Ultima field. But my goodness, I'm. There's
Yeah.
only supposed one of those. Okay. Okay. Why do I have to have this one out? It's not even.
Like, do I have to, like, finish
Oh,
the
I
whole
see.
page?
One's in here.
If you could finish the whole page, and then you can slam the button.
And slam the button. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
so,
this page and this page.
Yeah, and we also stacked the deck because Mike has 1 buzzer and Charlotte took the rest of the 3 buzzers. So she has the choice of slamming any 3 buzzers when she finishes a page.
Okay.
Wrong piece.
Anyway, yeah, I grew up with Ultima 4 and revisited it. One of the things about it, it's a very philosophical game. It's a game about bettering yourself and not about beating some sort of big evil monster.
I need this closer.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really interesting. You basically have to become a shining beacon of virtue, an example for the
Okay, I need,
people of the
like,
world.
This flat
I'm
piece.
certain this is not the right bag.
Well, I love when the games and the message of Nami like kind of come together.
It's
Try to
so
find the
relevant
piece.
especially in right now. And also, speaking of which, let's give a shout out to the
I need
audience
these.
and crowd at home. We've raised consecutively $1 million for Nami over the
beautiful,
10
yeah.
years.
And we
That
hit
RPG
$20,000
Yes,
just
just-
like an hour ago.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, and we got a buzzer. That's
got a
another
buzzer.
page
That's
done.
another
another-
page done.
Mike, I think, still opened his second bag.
I think Zokoban opened that for me, but I'm not even sure that this is the right one.
Actually,
the right bag.
I finished this page, but now I'm doing on this page.
They asked me if I'd
All right,
take a
Charlotte's moving ahead
handicap
to the
to
third
help
page
to
now.
help Charlotte out, and I said, she does not need my.
All right, you know what? Let's make it a little fair on Mike.
Okay,
Charlotte, are you having fun?
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, there we are.
She is locked in. She is concentrating.
This is outside my skill set. All right. No, and when, we
Are
have
you
gone to-
okay, Daddy?
We've gone to the 52 pickup variant. One of the things I
there it
really
is.
love about Ultima 4 is the differing routes we can take. It's an open world game, but there's a lot of things that have to be done in order to complete the
I
game.
need these two.
There's no way to skip most of them, so we wind up with oh. Great, I'm losing things.
Oh, it was right next to me and I ignored it. I'm on Team Charlotte.
Okay, fair. I am too at this point. There's the other main runner, I think I just have to have all my bags open here. The other main runner of the game at the moment, his name's Phoenix 4. Good friend of mine, I caught his donation earlier actually. And he and I, until very recently, had PVs within 15 seconds of one another in an hour-long game where we were doing completely different routes. And it's just absolutely fascinating that can happen in a game like this.
And what makes your route the route that you choose?
Versus his, I don't do a death warp, which takes about the game does not end. If you die, you just go back to Lord British's chamber, and he tells you, "Hey, be careful," and sends you out again. But it's about a 20 to 30 second cutscene to do that. Oh, there, I think I finished a step.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, I'm still on the first of
same
four.
page. Okay,
Oh.
hit your buzzer.
False start.
Yeah, that means you have to go back a page. Start over. You have to undo.
I'm sorry.
I'm not the one that hit that button.
I told you I'm on Team Charlotte.
No, and the game itself, the route I pick, when I route, it's I don't know what you want to call it. I route for efficiency rather than for speed. With a lot of my games, I choose routes that involve the least work, the least effort, which may not necessarily be the fastest.
Right.
So I've got a route that kind of moves me in in what I feel is a very smooth
Efficient
direction.
pattern. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Phoenix makes moves that I don't necessarily agree with in terms of efficiency, but are very clearly at least as good as mine in terms of speed.
For sure, definitely.
I love that about this game. Like, there could be someone coming in, taking this game up tomorrow with a completely different route that neither of us have ever seen, and might just totally blow us both out of the water, and that'd be great.
Yeah,
I'd love that.
that's awesome.
Yeah. There's 8 different character classes you can start with, which gives you 8 different starting locations. For one more like this. It's just not showing up. Yeah, there's 8 different character classes you can play. That provides endless challenge to it. There's different ways you can go around the world. Like, I don't know that I will ever stop playing it, really. I have 6 different categories I played in. Another person in the Ultimate Speedrunning community by the name of Cloudy Shoe has helped me build a task randomizer for it. And when I say help me build, I fielded the idea and he did all the work.
Yeah.
I need these closer.
But put this thing together that just spits out the 45 things that you have to do in whatever order. In a randomized order.
Yeah.
Which is
For a second, I thought that was a donut, a little mini donut.
Oh, that does look like a donut.
Yeah, I've got a couple of them
Don't
here
eat
too.
it,
Yeah. You're too old to be eating Lego pieces, kid.
Are we eating Lego pieces?
No, I eat Lego pieces daily.
Is that why I'm missing one?
You didn't have any of your bags open.
But who's to say we can't eat them now?
Just
遠くでむっちゃ爆笑してんのが聞こえますね。
And then
Please don't try this at home.
Yeah, but I will also say for the naming incentive, we were watching and
Yes.
we asked Charlotte what she wanted to name.
Because again, you all have the ability to influence Mike's run coming up, but also we wanted to give Charlotte a say. And right now, if we could just bring that up real quick,
7, 8.
the choices we have for the name incentive include, I believe, Steve,
Yeah.
name job by Goose, Zillion, and Charlotte. Could you just repeat your favorite for me again?
The villain.
There you have it, folks.
So you guys have time, but Charlotte looked at all the names and went, I want the villain.
Yeah.
So I want your donations in for the villain to overtake Steve.
And it's quite appropriate because, again, the game is about being the absolute best person you can be. So redeeming a villain is not a bad thing to be doing.
That's a great story.
I had to
love
get
that.
8 of these kind of pieces. I had to
and,
get 8 of these pieces.
Ooh.
The way the run starts, we are a little more
These
villainous
kind of
because one of the
I had to
fun things
get
is that
8
all these,
of these kind of pieces.
all these virtues are kept track
Right
of
there.
in there's 8 different karma meters essentially,
zoom in on
and they're all kept track of in the game. They don't go below 1. Like, they can't go into negative numbers.
Oh, gotcha.
So I can do as much evil things as I want, so long
that
as
hurt in my
I bring it down,
hands.
as long as I fix it after, you know.
And is that actually routed in part of the route?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
cool.
we start off doing evil things, and then stop doing.
And then
evil
redeem
things for a
yourself.
bit. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, we lie, we cheat, we steal, and then we do good.
Again, don't try that at home.
No, please don't.
The good part. You can do the good
Do the
part
good.
at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the good part, like say donating to a mental health charity, for example.
That actually sounds like a great idea. I'm going to run that back a little because folks donated to a mental health charity to get Charlotte to run Ultima 3. So how did that get started?
So Charlotte has come with me every year I've been to Limit Break, so for 3 years now.
時間あるんで、ちょっと今回やってるイベントについて話しておきましょうかね。はい、現在ジャパニーズリストリームでは RPG リミットブレイク2025の様子を講義で日本語ミラー配信しております。RPG リミットブレイク2025は、RPG に対して特にフォーカスしたチャリティー RTA イベントで、ジャンルの性質上、タイトル、1タイトルごとの平均時間が比較的長く、他のイベントではなかなか見られないようなタイトルも予定されております。今回のイベントから、オフラインの実施場所が、アメリカ・コロラド州デンバーのデンバーテックセンターに移転しました。前回に引き続き、オフラインとリモートランで構成されております。今回も、例年通り、ナショナルアライアンス・オン・メンタル・イルネス、ナミを支援するチャリティー RTA イベントとなっております。ナミは、精神疾患を持つ方やその家族、心の不調や悩みを持つ方たちを支えることを目的に設立された非営利団体です。また、寄付と関連してカテゴリーの変更やエンディングの選択や追加でのボーナス欄が一部タイトルで予定されておりまして、項目ごとに設定された目標金額を達成した際に行われます。寄付金額を表に見立てたビッドウォーによってキャラクター名や選択肢など決定されることもあります。寄付額に対する報酬は URL からよりご確認いただけます。
I would not be able to do this.
Absolutely, and that is.
イベントは19日午前2時半頃から開始し、25日日曜日の午後1時半頃まで行われます。スケジュールをご確認の上、しっかり寝る時間を確保してお楽しみください。
So multitasking suits me somewhat.
All right, well, what do you say? Let's give them a break on commentating, so we will have a winner eventually.
Yeah, that sounds like a good
It's
plan.
not going to be me.
So we were mentioning donating. We hit $1 million.
Yes.
We hit $20,000.
Amazing job by all of you. Thank you so much.
My knees are hurting.
Yeah.
Get comfy.
Yeah, we're going to be here for a bit.
Yeah, and then so while you're donating, you have chances to win prizes.
Absolutely. We've got some fantastic prizes up on deck that actually just started with the last run, RoboTrek. And these are open until, I actually need to take this until Metaphor, which is, a fantastic Game of the Year 2024, at least for me.
It was for me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, you want to make sure you tune in for that run. And Cece, you're hosting that run.
Hosting.
Woo! But one of the prizes you have a chance to win, we unfortunately don't have it on site, but it is a replica of Will's sword from Metaphor.
It's gorgeous too.
So I've heard.
Gorgeous.
So that was donated to us by Kyo's Little Monster.
This is
You're going to want to go to
right here.
rpglb.com/prizes to take a look at the picture we have of that. That is a $125 cumulative donations in donations until King's Quest 5. But hey, that means if you donate now, that still contributes towards it. And what can they get if they start donating now, CC?
Oh my goodness, they have a chance to win this, which is, it's so cute. So this is Chocobo's Crystal Hunt. I can't read Japanese, so I don't know how to play it.
I actually can, so
You
if I
can?
could take a look at that?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you can read that and let me know actually how to play it.
I can read that there's English on here.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a very cute game with a bunch of different colored Chocobo cards and everything. So, yeah. turns out if you can't read Japanese, they're
Okay,
gonna
this
push it
part,
back.
this piece is hard, so
It's a
push
very
down.
quick and easy game, 3 to 5 players, playtime 10 to 20 minutes, but also it just looks so cute. Cece and I were looking at it and we're like, we want to see what it looks inside, but we
Yeah.
promise this is still plastic sealed. You're gonna get a brand new copy. Well, a chance to win a brand new copy with a $5 minimum donation.
I hit the
and
button.
This comes to us. Ooh, Charlotte is now on page 7, I believe. But this comes to
I
us
am.
from Shuffy. And our next run coming up is actually something that I'm especially excited for. That's
There it is.
Étoile Princess. Shentok comes to us with this run. It's on specialized hardware. It was only ever released in Japan. And then Shentok went ahead and donated this amazing painting. This painting is of the Étoile Princess main character. This character is also on our volunteer badges, I believe. And
It's so cute.
It's so
It deserves to be there.
cute.
It's so cute. $10 minimum donation.
$10 minimum donation. And hey, make sure you check out our next run. And if you like it, maybe you could get a chance to win this.
Another one of the prizes you can win, chocobos are coming home with me, so I'm just going to put that right here. This is a Wooting 80HE mechanical keyboard. This is a,
HE.
what's the minimum donation on
A
this?
$50 minimum
$50
donation.
minimum
キー
donation.
ボードか。
Now, until Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, this was donated to us by Sanjan.
Aw, dang it.
And I've heard it's got a lot of cool
チャンネル
RGB.
ネタが
And it's
思い
really
つかないけど
heavy too.
Yeah.
と、
But no, this is sturdy and you're gonna get that sweet.
PC88 とか98とか触ったことある人今おるんすかね、このチャット欄の中に。
Yeah, so I'm going to gently take this off here.
もう
So
僕は Windows の入ったパソコンしか知らないから。
these are our wood,
Wooden
wood-
replicas.
Yeah, of the cover art of the
その
game.
機能ものは何や。
And the camera really doesn't do this justice
Ah.
because if I turn this, you can see it's
す
elevated.
ごいの
It's,
この
it's
絞りのパッケージ。
and the details and the faces and everything is so well done.
Like it's
But-
got the shading down.
Yeah, definitely. And also, it mirrors it on the back too. So if you can see those faces and everything on the back, they're all so gorgeous.
That is sweet. And this comes to us, you've seen a lot of really cool wooden
あ、そうか、
replicas
マジ
so
で。
far this event. All of that comes to us from Pigmented, who is
フロッピーでしょう
So
ね
it's like, hey, we're
多
looking
分
for prizes, and they just sent us loads, and you could get a chance to win one of those. I've been eyeing those since I got on site. Now, of course, we would be remiss to not mention that we do have a grand prize throughout the entire event. That is the
Switch dose.
very, very legit Nintendo Switch
Indeed.
dose.
Yeah, we
すごいな。
support regional imports here.
Yeah, we
so this
support-
is our Switch dose. Yeah, don't worry about this part. Yeah, so this is our
88で何年？
Switch 2. This is 250 cumulative.
200
200
over the
cumulative.
course of the event.
Yeah, the entire event. So you can put in
88で
donations if you want.
1981年。
200. You can do whatever you want, but $200 till the end of the marathon.
And it gets Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remastered bundled with
Yes, this is a bundle Switch dose.
totally legit
I'm gonna
Switch
put this
dose.
back. Yep.
That's it. That's being etched into my brain now.
Gross spot.
Some other things that we don't actually have with us on site, but again, you can see all of these if you
今
go to
その
rpglimitbreak.com/prizes.
現行キーショップっていうと
You-
プロジェクト
we
エッグと
have
か
a
になるん
chance to
か。
win. I got to take a look at my notes here because we've just got so many. The Lunar Lux PC key, and I believe that was provided to us by Possum Coffee, $5 minimum
その手の
donation.
ゲーム触っ
We
たこと
also
ない
have
よ
the Venomous Tactics Steam Key, again, another $5 minimum donation for a chance to win that, thanks to Heroic Spirit Gamer. And
Oh, we got a buzzer.
ooh,
Getting closer.
buzzer, getting closer, another page here for Charlotte. But we are here in beautiful Denver, Colorado.
っていうのは
And
そもそ
a
も
lot of us are
フロッ
excited
ピーディスクの
about Meow Wolf,
実物を見たことがないん
pretty
ですよね。
exciting tourist attraction here in the area.
っていうとちょっと一部の人が苦しむかもしれないけど。
Because I don't want to know before I go there.
Now,
FM タウンス、
Yeah,
ありましたよ、
it looks
FM
super
タウンス。
Yeah, and And we've been lucky enough to have a swag bag from Meow Wolf gifted to us specifically for Conversion Station, which is the location here in Denver, from Mr. Omega. That is a $25 minimum donation. So donate now. From now until Metaphor gets you a chance to win any of the fantastic prizes we've talked about in just now. But you don't want to delay, because watching speedruns, watching games, time goes by so fast. So get those donations in now and put them towards one of the incentives. Put them towards naming the hero or the
まあ
villain.
データ容量のインフレ
And
は凄まじい
judging
ものがあり
by
ます
the
よね。
pieces on the table, Charlotte has like 4 left. Oregon Mike has about 20,000. So yeah, it's time to call this, I think. So I think round of applause for our winner, Charlotte, of the Lego building contest.
だって
Good job, kid.
子供の頃にうちにあったのが XP やったから、
Absolutely fantastic.
Please make sure you catch out Ultima 4 later today. 100% no major glitches.
No major glitches.
And of course, Ultima 3. Remind me of the category?
Kill Lord British.
Kill Lord British.
Yep.
You don't want to miss either of that. Coming up right after the Étoile Princess run.
あシェルロード・ブリティッシュ。けど
Alrighty, thank you, Zoku. Thank you,
Ultima
Cece.
Iron.
And of course, thank you to Oregon Mike and the excruciatingly adorable Charlotte for that wonderful
That's great.
Lego building race. That was truly fantastic. Want to read off a couple of donations that we got in here. We got a $100 donation from Nerd Vicious with no comment. Thank you very much for that. And the donation that was the one that locked
あ
down
そっか。
that Ultima 3
あ
bonus
そっか。
run.
ディスクシステムはあれ、磁気ディスクやからフロッピーの類なのか。
$50 donation. That one was
あれ
from
も触ったこと
Doneka,
ないな。
and that one doesn't have any comment either, but it certainly carried a lot of weight because that meant an incentive that I know we are all wanting to see. Now, while we're on the topic of donation incentive, we also had another one here for that the Ultima 4 run, which is the Abyss Glitch exhibition, so you get to check that out. But there's a couple of other things that are active in that one as well. The gender of the hero can be chosen right now. Female has $25, male has 0. And then you can name the hero. You heard them talking about that quite a
びっ
bit.
くりす
We've
る。
got
へ
a neck and neck race up at the top. Steve is in the lead with $230.
なん
Name
か
a
今
job by
フ
is
ロッピーでしたっ
right
け
in its
あの、
tail with
あ、フロッピーじゃ
$225.
ないわ。あれは多分ビデオテープや。
Has
あの、
$10. Now,
ビデオテープに記録してしまった、
the
あの、
villain is what Charlotte
資料
wants.
をなんか
And what
必
Charlotte
死に
wants
ダビングしたり、別の媒体に移したりっていうのをやってて、なんか、
So,
で、もうビデオテープ、
I'm going to
VHS のなんか公式サポートがもうしてないから、なんか民間のダビング業者がすっごい忙しいっていう話聞いたことありますね。フロッピーもなんか、
Alrighty, folks.
そういう資料的価値のあるデータが入ったディスクとか、
Host for this next
映さな
run of Étoile Princess, the All Collectables
ダメですよ
category.
ね。あんまり、
You did not know, étoile is the French word for star. But the
あんまり
star shows
丈夫なメディアじゃないですもんね。
my good
フロッピーって。
and
多分なんかちょっと磁石近づいたら割とすぐデータ飛ぶようなっ
68,000. So, Shen, why don't you show them what this wacky
て
machine
いうイメージなんですけど。あー、来た。
Thank you for having me. I'm Shentok. I'm with Dolwolf and Tigerian here on commentary with me.
繰り返しになりますが、このゲームについて特に何も知りませんので、
Came out in 1987 originally to compete with NEC's
知っても多分チャット欄の方もみんな知らないやろうなっていう気
by
が。
Microsoft as a licensing thing. It wasn't terribly successful, but it did well enough that it had a large homebrew following, especially with shmups and arcade ports.
そうですね、実機ですね。実機っつうか多分移植があるのかすら怪しいけど。
Specifically for gaming, which is pretty unusual for the time. It has a sprite powerhouse. It has a great tile map. You can do like 65,000 colors. It is a true Motorola 68,000 machine, hence the name. You can think of it as like the older brother or the big cousin of the Sega Genesis or Mega Drive, depending where you're from. And it is just a wonderful machine.
Now, Shentok, that is all great information about what we're seeing. But what about what we're hearing?
So the donation center was met. So we were hearing this game through both using the internal FM sound chip, which was the Yamaha YM2203, which was very popular in arcades from the 80s to the mid 90s. But we're also using a MIDI module called the Roland Sound Canvas SC55 Mark II to
大変ですよね。
While in America, the
正直そう、なん
MT32
か、
was the
すごい日本だけで出回ったような、多分ドメスティックな機体やろうし、68系自体。
The Roland SC55 was king over
み
there
んなよ
because
そで
it
出回
was
ってたんか
one
な。
it came out a bit later, so it has a lot more features, and it's also MIDI standard where the MT32 was not. And it is just a beautiful sounding device, and a lot of games made great use of it. If we're ready to go, I can start a countdown shortly. All right. Okay, so we'll start in 3, 2, 1, and let's go.
はーい、グッドラックです。
So in the world of 020.Twilight Princess, the opening cutscene sadly we skipped, but basically we're just reading the weather, the news report. This old guy comes in, he's like, "Hey, the prince has been kidnapped," and you're like, "Well, it's not my problem. What do I care?" Oh, I just realized something right at the beginning, right before the started to run. I could realize I could jump on this sign and get up here. So normally we do get up on the trees, but not until a bit later.
うんと、それは通っていいところなの？ 多分大丈夫なんやろうな。
vertical movement. You can jump over enemies, you can jump over projectiles, they can be at different heights than you, and you can avoid their stuff. But what's really nice is that you can just jump on top of things and get on top of like trees here. But this is the only stage where it's really
BGM に関してですが、ミディを使ったものです。これビッドでミディになりました。
That's just a health recovery item. Basically, there's a health and MP recovery item, and they get used. The health one gets reused if you have it equipped and you run out of health, and it just immediately refills your health to full. And the MP one gets used if and you use it while equipped, or you try to cast a spell while equipped. So we're gonna go down here. This is the very first boss. Very easy. We can just go down here, and he just kind of gives up doing anything because his hands are supposed to be tracking them where his hands are trying to track where you go, but because we're so far off screen that they just get stuck in a position, so he can't really do anything. He still has a chance that he can throw his hand at you, but that's about it. And he only does
ひどいですね。
He did not do that this time because that kind of wastes time since you can't shoot through his head. And basically the story of the game is that a bunch of various tribes and kingdoms have been bubbled up and sealed, and our goal is to go.
そう、音源をミディか他のかって選べるっていうのがまあなんかホビーパソコンのゲームっぽい感じしますよね。
He's wealthy and he has a lot of power, and we want all of that. We don't really care about him himself, but we want the power he has. So now we get our first character, Saris of the Wind Tribe, and basically she's like the weakest character, but she's going to be the most powerful for boss fights due to how the game works. And basically, so for the most part, it's just going to be going from area to area because this is an all collectibles run, so we collect every single red and gold chest. There are also green chests, but they only carry recovery items, and they respawn every time you enter a stage, so it's not really all that important. So here we're just hitting some switches because we need to lower a drawbridge, and we got to
キャラがでかいですね。
the raging water, I guess. And so we got a bunch of enemies here, and right now we're moving kind of slow, but we'll get some movement tech in this stage, and even the game kind of hints at it. If you beat the stage without collecting it, after you beat this stage, you'll have a conversation with the person you rescue, and she's like, "Well, yeah, did you make sure to collect this item?" And you're like, "Yeah," and if you do, you're just like, "Yeah, no problem, I got it." And if you don't, then she's like, "You should really go back and get that item because it's really useful."
Is it actually useful?
Oh yeah, it's basically our movement tech.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, and it's just hidden in this house that has it's locked up, but it has a big hole in the roof, so it's very obvious. And right here, it's just called the jet boot. It's very
絶対そんな目玉だけちっちゃく見えるほどの深さないやろ。
Again, and while you're holding the jump button, you run at a really fast speed, and you get a cool like little trail following you wherever you run. But your movement gets really slippery, which is honestly a thing I always look for in speed runs because I love.
メガなんかな。
I say you've voluntarily chosen.
もう
ice
今
physics.
I love ice physics. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm just looking. This reminds me of just Link's Awakening
Yeah.
boots, except we can turn.
Yeah, so right there, I just got the first health upgrade item. There's a bunch of them. Most of the red chests are going to be that, but there are also a few that have like actual useful items. But basically, that massive health bar we down there, they couldn't fit it all in one bar, so they had to just scrunch it.
68K です。
And here we're going to rob a grave here, and a deity talks to us and gives us a protective charm, and get a little conversation about it. It's like, is it really a protective charm or is it a cursed item? And I have no idea what it does. It says if you have it equipped, something good might happen, but there's zero information beyond that. And now we're getting here, and I forgot to change character.
That smile.
It is
つぶらな瞳。
Oh, he has a very laugh.
bosses. Oh yeah.
Like, I think I've seen those eyes on a Pokemon recently. I don't know if anyone's seen them about.
So basically, what makes her really powerful is that the bosses don't have iframes, so you can just stand inside bosses and just deal a ton of damage to them. And basically, her thing is that she shoots little missiles in all directions, but because bosses don't have iframes, you can stand inside them and have everything hit and just melt bosses. There are a couple of bosses where we won't be doing that, but we'll get to them when we get to them. So right there, we rescued this girl. She doesn't want to help us, but she's like happy to power us up, and she gives us a really useful item, which is the defense ring. Basically,
言うてあれですよ。93年のゲームですからね。
we do take a lot of damage from standing inside the boss's hitbox.
93年っていうと。
We're gonna equip that. There we go. Awesome. So now we just take a lot less
スー
damage.
ファミやと
Allows us
何
to
が
just
出て
take
るか
more of the enemies. The enemies are mostly just obstacles. All they really do is drop health and MP refills, which is really nice. And right there, I just jumped on top of that chest just to skip having to go all the way around. It saves a few seconds. It's really nice. And I got that one. Gotta avoid all the fire wolf things. They're like, I don't know, they're ghosts or something.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of this routing seems to be figuring out where exactly you can get yourself kind of off of the main path by getting you that little bit of extra height to jump to somewhere. I don't think the developers quite intended you to go.
No, but they give you so
93年の頃、スーファミで何が出てたかっていうと、ロックマン X ですね。
We'll have to remember after some point to collect
本当に
MP herbs. I did not get one in the first
パソコンがマシンとして、なんというか、突出して高い性能を持ってたんだっていうのがわかりますよね。なんかまだこの時代。
Although we only ever see one of them whenever we rescue, but it's implied that you're rescuing everybody from that.
もう今となってはもう、
Nice, very easy.
だいたいパソコンっていうか、Steam とコンシューマー機でマルチが、なんかもはや基本にすらなってるけど。
The third-party member of our group, which we don't really use her, but she does have a stage special that we'll be seeing later. She's just like
スーファミでは無理でしょうね、なんか。雰囲気的にはどっちかというとセガサターンっぽい感じがする。
So I don't need her now, but I'm gonna put her in my party just so I don't forget. Like she's not useful in the stage she is, but it's really nice because it's basically a dark cave and she lights up the cave, so it's a lot easier to see what you're doing. But the game has a kind of a cool effect. So now it's like, oh yeah, it's just really hot here. I'm sure surely there has to be a dragon here. And that's basically what we're here looking for. But so like the first item I always get in every stage is the map. I just consider that as a collectible since it's in a red chest and you can only get it once per stage. But it's nice if you pause the screen, you can get a bearing of where you are, and it's really nice. They have a lot of nice touches in design for this game to just be considerate.
So we were just in the lava caves.
Yep.
サターンっぽいのは何なんでしょうね。
How? But okay.
Well, when you enter the lava caves, all she talks about is like, oh man, that lava looks really dangerous. I better not fall in.
I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, considering she voluntarily came back to it, I think she's warmed up to the idea.
Oops, I fell.
Oh my god.
何をしてんねやろ
I'm just gonna be stuck with this, aren't I?
Oh, yes.
No, don't hit
This
me.
group is going to be stuck with me all week.
なるほどな。
All right. And here we go, basically an item, a fairy. There's 3 fairies in this game. This one drains MP to give you HP back. It's useful casually, but in a speedrun, not too worried about health. And if we do need health, we always get recovery items for that.
何なんでしょうね。なんでこういうのをサターンっぽいって感じるのか。
Charge up and gotta take care of Rock Buddy. And here we got a little dragon. We're trying to stick up, and it's like, oh yeah, just don't wake it up. We'll be fine. Whoops. So this boss is like really easy. All we do is just jump off the screen here, don't move, and the boss can no longer hit us. Those falling spikes are RNG, but the boss can no longer actually deal damage to us. Which is just absolutely fantastic.
That is incredible. Yeah.
I mean, they are only a 2D dragon. I guess having another dimension to move in would be too difficult for them.
And now here we get the girl, the dragon tribe. And she's like really insistent on joining our group. And she's like, I have the strength of 100 men. And we're just talking about, no, in your dragon form, you're just too big to be in our game. And she's like, okay, fine, I'll just throw you to the other continent.
So
So it's like all we want is to get over there. And so she just like
How
literally
literal are we being here? Oh,
100% literal.
This game does not understand metaphor.
yeah, metaphors later in the week.
Yeah. And if you see in the
あとは
map screens, see we're in
ちょっと
Failland. That's the name of the whole land of this game.
色使
I
い
have
です
no
か。
idea why they
まあ
chose
確
that,
かに
but
ちょ
I
っと
absolutely love it. I love the
ビビッ
commitment
ド
to
っ
it.
つうか、そんな感じは確かに。
And now we're in
90年代っ
a
ぽいかも。
tower that's currently having a thunderstorm going on, and we're just like, yeah, that's great. I love rain. And this is probably like one of the longer stages in the games. We're mostly just going up and up and up and killing a couple puzzles. So if you if there's any couple of donations you want to read out, you got time for a couple of them.
Yeah, I sure do. I have got a
そうですね、
$25
現職っぽいっ
donation
つう
from
か。
Nate there, who says, "Congrats on 1 million. Seeing Rpglb grow from its humble beginnings to now has been nothing short of awe-inspiring. Happy to be here in person. Also, Shentok, one day I will stop confusing the X68000 with the PC98.
PC98、
That
PC98。
from all the high winds that says, "Good luck, Shentok. Congrats, Rpglb, for hitting such a huge milestone. Here's to hitting many more." And we have a $250 donation.
Yo.
And this one comes courtesy of Nori.
Aw, thank
says-
you, Nori.
It's the unwanted neighbor making my presence known.
Aw.
Show love to the king of the obscure, Shentok, during his 020 Princess run. Good luck on the run, and don't mind the wind that isn't there.
So I'll get in that a little bit later. That joke a little bit later. But first, you see, there's a lot of red chests I'm skipping. This is actually the only stage in the game that has mimic chests. And there's only one actual red chest that we have to collect, but we do have to come back later for some backtracking. But for now, we can just go straight to the
に
boss.
しても、
And this boss is actually
どういう経緯でもってこの方はこのゲームを知ったのか。
And he is absolutely proud of his physique, and to the point he's
というか、なんで 68K なんて持ってるのか。
a raging thunderstorm. He's absolutely a wonderful guy, and we got to take him down because he's in our way. So there, I just hit a switch to turn off all the fire, and that'll just let me go to the final floor.
今動く 68K なんて国内でもどんだけあるんでしょうね。
And luckily, like the menus in this game are really fast. I absolutely love it. And just be careful here because I don't want to get knocked down to the previous floor. Awesome. Look at this big muscly guy. He's just so happy about his muscles. So we gotta take him down.
Yeah, the storm's building. I probably can take him down before unexpected flashes. Oh no.
Whoops, his pants dropped, but luckily he is kind enough to self-censor. And we just make a comment. It's like, oh man, he's so fit. And so here was like, so basically when we finished the last stage, it gave us two options of stages. Basically, there's two halves of a key we want to the next area where we'll get an actual party number. So like this girl is just like really happy to like power us up, and she gives us half a key. She also gives us hint to a key to open the gold chest that we'll be encountering later.
日本のゲームが人気っつっても、こういう系統のゲームじゃないですよね、多分。
The Fireland girl. Basically, this dungeon is completely dark. There's like they use a scanline effect to simulate darkness. You see it's really dark, and all of a sudden it's lit up, and it's because it's like, oh yeah, the Fire Tribe girl is happy to help us out and light the way. And you can even see in the corner in some spots where you see some characters still have like that, especially with the trail there where it still has that scanline effect. There we go. And I really like this stage's music block.
So it's literally like just drawing half the lines to make it dark.
Oops, I went the wrong way. I don't need that. So if you, so one thing I will say is if you collect an item you already have one of, it just automatically uses it. So it's really handy if like you need to.
8898は本当にオフィスでも使われてたらしいですけど、68K はもう、なんとか、完全に仕組み用品のイメージですね。
Yeah. But that one was actually blocking the way, and way, even if he moves out of the way is blocked until you defeat that one, sadly. So okay, so I'm gonna do a little platforming here. All right. And we got time for one donation if you want to put one in.
Yeah, real quick, we got a $20 donation from Nerd Vicious that says,
この
Bai is the best name for the Ultima 4 avatar.
ぐにゃっとした HP ゲージ。
What's going on with that bid war? Name Job Bai has actually jumped into the lead with $231. Steve is at 230, literally as close as you can get. The villain still only has 10. Chat, what did I just tell you? Like, we need to get Charlotte's preferred name in there. Come on.
That sounds fantastic. So yeah, we're just doing some platforming here. We're going to be getting another health upgrade soon. So I can go up here. I'm trying to remember where there is an herb I can collect. I know that they kind of keep them in obvious spots, but that one is not the one I wanted. Because usually I don't have to collect them. Because usually I get the one in the first stage, and that carries me for a later stage where I actually do need it. And now we're getting kind of a hint of what to expect from the boss with all the spider webs here. And all these spiders just hanging around the spot. Let's see. So now we're going to go up here. And then soon we'll be getting to a chasm that we can't cross. And it's basically, if you go up high enough, you get an automatic dialogue prompt where we're just going to try to avoid that. It's pretty easy to avoid, but it's easy to accidentally walk into it because of the slippery movement. But luckily, like, it's still precise enough that you feel like you have control, even if it's feeling really loose, which is really, really nice. So yeah, we're going to go up here. If we went up a little higher, we'd get a little dialogue that says, oh, we need to cross this cavern, but I don't see any way across. And there's just like a little stump there. And then so we're going to go over here, and then we got to watch out for this skeleton here, because sometimes he'll just throw something at me and get in my way and knock me off. And you get a little hint of what we need to do there. It's like those rope we crossed. There's like actually like a couple of paths you can cross. One of them's a dead end, but the rope kind of tells you which way to go. And we get a rope here. And we're just like, what's this used for? And maybe it tells you like, oh, maybe we can use it back there if you get that cutscene. This game does have kind of a lot of follow through on things you do. If you like trigger certain things, it'll be like, oh yeah, I could use it there. Or if you get something before it's usable, it's just like, oh, I wonder what this is for. I can't figure that out.
Boy.
So like they put a ton of thought into it. We'll go across here. And then fortunately this game, like, it has a, let's see, no, that's not what I wanted. I keep getting the health upgrades. I'm just like trying to get an MP refill item. I don't need it yet, but I just like, I like that safety net for when I do need it, because magic, like I said, is just really, really good in this game. But I just like, outside of my usual route, I don't need to collect extra ones on this swap. There we go. So if you do have a fear of spiders, this one is pretty serious looking. I'm gonna go here and just do more of this. Let's see, jump at the right time so I don't get hit. Because if you get hit, you do lose your casting.
星。なんか、
Notice for those tornadoes, you need a bit of a wind up.
キーでメッセージ進めてねのアイコンが星なせいで、なんか、なんとも言えない感じになりますね。メッセージが。
Another member of the party, she's not named, and they don't even say what tribe she's from, but she's an explosive expert. And she's like very non-talkative. All she just goes is like, yeah, whenever you like ask her questions. So she's like, okay, but she's not very talkative about it. But she's like she's advertised as the most powerful character in the game, and she's like she lobs bombs, and her special is like a big bomb too. So she's really good. Slow, so she's not very
ちょっ
useful.
と調子悪いですね。ご迷惑をおかけしま
All the
す。
characters that you get do have unique attacks. They have unique magic, and they're all
そうです
useful
か
in
ね。
their own way. But like, as far as like the actual
あ、そうですね。右下に別にあります
goes, you
ね。
always have to
星。
the main
じ
character
ゃあ、あの星は何？
like or something like that. It's hard to pronounce in English for me, but it's like, I'm guessing it's like supposed to be like French-ish. There we go. Jumped over there.
It's with someone from Japan in the night would think French sounds like.
Yeah. So we got a very useful casual item, which is the compass. So basically, if you have it equipped, it points to the nearest chest and shows it in the bottom left corner. So it's really nice if you're trying to find all the chests in the game. It will point the green chest as well, but once they're opened, it will no longer point to that chest. And if there's no chests left, it will just constantly spin around as shown, like as a display of that. Yeah, there's nothing here. So there we're just doing some like vertical platform just to get around. And then they expect you, like over here, they expect you to go to the right, but we can just jump on top of these things. Is for whatever reason they put like a little platform on them as well, which is like really
That
nice.
wasn't intentional?
I don't think it's supposed to be, but you can.
Yeah, they just had platforms right.
Yeah. Right. And then get the last one here. And then here's a replacement one of her. Awesome. That way, I just like having them on hand because they're useful items. If I don't need them too often, they will get more health. But they're just really handy to have in case something goes wrong.
そうですね。
And
なん
then,
か、
let's see over here. Now
PC ゲームっぽいっすよね。なんか、
and getting to like one of the first like RNG. It's not like a big issue, but sometimes the boss will just move in erratic patterns.
一応 EST1 時間ありますからね。まだまだですからね。
and he likes throwing his big scythe around, and he just like always around. And oh wow, he had a big movement there.
So yeah, he's got after images too.
Yep.
I don't see his boots though.
Yeah. So now he's gonna move around twice. And I started casting too early, so I have to wait a moment. Okay, awesome. I still got him on the third hit.
ああ、よそ様のデス様が死んだ。
Like, he just moves around too much, and I don't anticipate it. Fortunately, he was very kind here. And now we get the last named member of our, or no, not the last name member, the second to last named member of our party, who's actually my favorite. Actually, I commissioned art of her. And her name is, what was the American name for Sailor Moon in the 90s? For Usagi? Serena? Yeah, Serena, that's her name.
Oh.
So yeah, they named her Serena. I'm guessing just like as a moon reference, because like it feels like the names kind of have puns. Like the first girl you get a name is Cirrus, like after like a cirrus cloud.
Ah, okay.
Because she's from the wind tribe.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I've kind of wiped all of the Americanized names from my memory.
I think Serena is actually like a Greek goddess of the moon. So.
That explains why they named her that in Sailor Moon.
Is she just the Greek version of Luna, or?
今のゲームにはあまり流れてない血迷惑を感じますよね。
They're trying to attack us. Basically, in this area, there's an evil dryad that's causing the swamp to expand, and the trees here are not too fond of that. So they're like, hey, we'll help you out, and we'll clear out the thorn bushes if you help us take care of that. It's like, yeah, that's kind of what we're here for, so we're happy to help you out. So like, yeah, those big thorn bushes there, and dragons in the way. So we get like a normal middle-aged tree who's just like, yeah, I'll help you out. And we get this old tree who's really hard of hearing. He's like, go away, you're working for the dryad. And we had to like really shout at him. It's like, no. It's like, okay, fine, I'll help you out. But there's like one more guy. No, stop it. But he's like, he got chopped down, so he might not be very helpful. And then, okay, that's not a good sign. But fortunately, he's doing just fine. He's like, here, he's like cut down. He's like, oh yeah, I'm still alive. I'm immortal. Nothing can take me down. You know, he's just like a little twig.
どかしたのだ。うはははは。
Those tiny wings on those dragons. Just can't stop staring at them.
メッセージがなんか一つ一つ味わい深いですね。今見ると。
You're just winging it.
Get another health upgrade here, and this is like, I would say this is like one of the hardest bosses in the game for me personally, just because the damage you do to him is so erratic. He moves around a lot, he jumps a lot, so you have to. But also, just sometimes the boss takes a lot of damage, and sometimes it doesn't take any damage at all. It's really weird, and I'm not sure if that's a me thing or a game thing. But he also, even with the defense ring, he does a lot of damage. But here's the dryad causing all the problems.
Again, these eyes return.
Well, where is Larpus? Gotta get high spirits over here.
Oh, dang it. I'm jumping in a little too soon. That's okay, though.
Maybe we should like, when they see this, they might feel a little bit of kinship to this poor tree that we're beating up on.
I'm gonna put that. One nicety about the game is if you're low on health, you do have that like low health indicator. I'm gonna go ahead and use 2. So you can see all the items. So this is like a slower boss fight. Usually it takes like all four hits of my MP there. But I was just being a little messy.
シャープ X68000 とは、あれです。ホビーパソコンの類です。PC88 とか98とかの類ですね。の、多分最終世代です、ね。X68000 が。まあ、この後、Windows 95が入ってきて、なんかその手の機体はもうほとんど壊滅しますけど。
We've got an anonymous $103 donation. Thank you for that as well.
Nice.
We have a $25 donation from OK that says, I love chocobos. We have a $50 donation from Lisa Rocks that says, hi, Shentok, good luck.
Hi, Lisa.
And we have a $100 donation from Palmer that says, love for my homie Shentok.
おー、なんか急にグラフィック頑張ったんやろうなっていうシーンが。
Put this towards the $2 million concurrent Rpglb goal.
All right.
I appreciate what you do there, Palmer.
なんかできたからやりたかったんやろうなっていう曲げるの。
Hero naming bid war for Ultima 4. Steve has jumped out into the lead now with.
これあれですよね、なんか
Name job buy with 231. The villain still only has 10. I cannot possibly be any clearer about this.
So
Put it towards the villain. It's what Charlotte wants.
So here we were doing like I would say an obligatory shmup segment because this X68000 is known for a ton of shmups, and then now we get this boss here. We just happen to land on its head and piss it off. But fortunately, like we can just abuse iframes and just stand on top of it, or fall into the pit where it is when we cast our spell, and the spell stays there even if we're not there. And so now we found the girl of the Winged People tribe, and she's like trying to sell us a nuclear missile. And it's like, well, we don't have any money. What is an option for getting to where we want to go? I was like, well, I got something I'm working on. I won't charge you a penny for it. And she just locks us in this room. She's like, hey, let us out. But we're going to do a very familiar method of travel if you ever played a Super Nintendo Mana game. And a good old... And now we're going to get 2 more stages unlocked, and we won't want to do the one that we land on, just because we want the character in the other area first, because she's going to be useful. So now we're going to Lian Lake, which it's an alright area. I like it, but we get a very useful item here. If you want, we can do another couple of donations while I run through it.
Well, actually, I'd like to talk to you about one of our partners here, which is Dragon Roast Coffee. They're a small, passionate team of coffee dedicated to making coffee for gamers and the gaming community. Visit their website at www.dragonroast.coffee and enter the promo code RPGLB
商売の規模っていうよりはなんか、
to get 10%
よその国からもこういうのが供給されるようになったっていう、どっちかというと供給が増えたっていう方にありそうですけどね、なんか。
available only for this event. And the best part is that for all purchases made using the promo code,
需要自体は多分国内だけ見ても増えてると思いますけど。
So what are you waiting for? Get out there and fuel your adventure with Dragon Roast Coffee today.
ああ。
That sounds fantastic. So I got the item I get there was another ferry, but this one's called the.
この速さでこういう足場のアクションさせられるの結構きついっすね。全力ダッシュしてるのは RTA の都合ですけど。
Basically, when you have it equipped, you jump farther and higher, which is really nice. It's also important for, of course, 100% is when you need that, but also lets us make some jumps that you're not kind of expected to make, like jumping across that. Normally, you're supposed to go all the way around and under, but we can just jump across there. The only catch is that you can see my mana is draining every time I jump because it takes one little pip of my mana bar down there every time I jump while I have it equipped. It's basically, just use it to jump farther and higher, of course. And we're actually going to be using that a little over here where it's actually required, but it doesn't seem that way. So we're going to jump over. Let me get rid of that bat. It's in the way. Jump over here, and now we're like, it looks like we're kind of somewhere we're not supposed to be, but you'll trust me, we're supposed to be here. We're going to go over here and get this little health upgrade right here that's just conveniently out of reach, but they really thought of everything when they were like, yeah, you could just go anywhere. Let's make sure that they can do, there's an actual reason for it. So now we're hitting just a couple, like 3 switches to activate.
画面はこっちの調子が悪いんですね。ご迷惑をおかけしております。
And I'm trying to avoid hitting those brown enemies because if you kill them, they multiply, and then they become even more of a nuisance. And I don't want more nuisances than I already have, because the bats are basically the jerk birds of this game. Okay, avoid those.
後継は別にガタガタしてないと思います。
Because the nice thing is before every boss they give you recovery items so that that way you can go in fully prepared. And this game is just really kind in general, because if you die, if you game over, you just restart the stage, or if you die at a boss, you restart the boss fight. And here, now we get one of my favorite boss designs. Name is Giant Squid here, and even a squid written in Japanese on it.
なんやそれは。
Here they are with a little ribbon on them.
Aww.
There we go.
I mean, why? What did you ever do to deserve this?
その盾は何や。
At me with a sword. Now, normally you don't see it in the speed run, but at a certain length of time in the fight, if you let it live long enough, it throws away the shield and pulls out another sword, a whole new set of moves. It's really cool.
いいか。
Now we rescue another girl. This one, they don't give her a name, but she just says that she's a member of the Water Tribe, and she's actually, like, no matter what, you're gonna get all the characters in the game, but she's actually required for the stage, and she's only one of 2 characters in the game that has a context sensitive to a stage, whereas like the Fire Girl will let at the cave, which isn't necessary, but it is useful.
そっ
she's
か。
actually required to.
あの残像が悪さしてるんですかね。なんか。
Oh, that's a good one.
I can't let that just most of it.
So now we're in basically an abandoned castle that's been
なんか
overrun with
残像のせいな気がするな。
creatures and slimes and whatnot. Basically, there's a notebook in here.
もともとの回線が弱いのもあるでしょうけど。
But it's basically like a daily log of what's going on, why the
回線に関して言うと、
and basically just like zombies start.
RPG リミットブレイクとしては初めて使う会場なんですよ。多分これ。前回までずっと場所変えてるんで、多分そのあたりかな。不慣れだったり、あるいはそもそもあんまり良くないところを掴んじゃったりとか、そういうのもあるでしょうし。まあ、ご容赦ください。
It's a very tight jump there, and that just basically just skips having to go all the way around to get to this point. So we can just get that and move on. And then stuck on the wall. And then we're gonna be doing that one more in a corner over here because they're supposed to go outside and go around, but with the jump fair you can just barely get around that. Nice. I've been struggling with that lately, so it's nice that I got that first try. And we're gonna get a pair of old glasses here. What's this for? I was like, well, hold on to them. They're in a chest, so surely they're important. Go over to this mirror. It's like, oh, let's use the glasses on this, and nothing's happening. And it's like, oh, there's a book over here. Let's check it out. And it's like, oh, here's an incantation. We can't read it. And I'll put on the glasses, and then it's like, okay, incantation here. And then when we read the incantation, which is basically a dirty limerick, and she's like, is a girl really supposed to
妙に絵文字っつうか対応しますね。星とか汗とか。
Incantations, dirty limericks, and they'll be too embarrassed to.
And then we have to repeat it again. And it's like, I really shouldn't be saying this. Go over here, and then get an MP recovery item here. Our health is pretty good. This is probably like the tankiest boss in the game too. He's not a hard fight, but he deals a lot of damage and he takes a lot of hits. But like, there's a place you can stand if you want to play casually, where he won't hit you. But like, he can't hit you with his sword, but he still has like homing attacks, which are basically Taito lasers. If you're familiar with Taito shmups, they're famous in the 90s for doing these kind of lasers that home in on you lazily. So I'm gonna do that. So yeah, you can hear the low health indicator get more intense. But as long as I have the health item equipped, it will not play that sound. It's a really nice. I'm gonna equip that for safety. Well, I would kind of wish basically I got an attack up ring at some point. Ooh, wow.
うわ、すごい。手書き感あるレーザー。
Sadly, it only works on physical attacks, so like the defense ring is basically your de facto item to have.
なんかダライアスとかで出てきそうな。
The girl doesn't say what tribe she's from, but I'm gonna assume either the Sun tribe or maybe a Gold tribe because of the color of her hair, because everyone's hair color seems to represent what tribe they're from.
ダライアスとかあとは
Like, I want to power you up.
ビームエフェクトフィルムに書いてた頃のウルトラマンみたいな。
To rescue the prince is like, I don't know if I'll help you. It's like, oh, but he's my husband to be. It's like, okay, I'll help you out for love. And she's just like, yeah, love, totally not for money or power or anything like that.
Shentok, is this a good time for me to jump in here?
Yep, go ahead.
Excellent. We have a $102 donation from Nerd Vicious that has no comment. Thank you for that. And also thank you for this anonymous donation of $320.
Nice.
With a comment that simply says, for the kiddo. Now I have some breaking news here with our Name the Hero bid war. It is getting extremely hot. Name Jabai is in the lead with $333. Steve has $330. The Vin also has $330. So it has jumped right back into the race. I feel like I've said this a few times so far in this run. It's folks, it's right there for you. Get it across the finish line, please.
May I interrupt real quick? So right there, I just did a really, really difficult jump that you have. Like, you're not supposed to make that jump, but with the jump fair, you can just barely make it if you jump at the very last frame, and it lets me skip a significant portion.
不思議な演出やな。
To go up to that floor that I skipped just to get the health upgrade, but there's like a whole part you have to go around and do, and I managed to get it first try, and that's like the first time I've gotten it first try in like a month, so I'm so happy about that.
あ、そう。オールコレクタブルっつってるんで、多分宝箱全部開けにかかる 動き
So
してると思い
normally
ます。
before a boss, I'll change to the character I want to use before the boss fight. But from like basically this point on,
どこに何があるのか、あ
gonna change me to Iruru.
ーと思ったら、そんな隠し方するんや。
Which is the red key, which lets you
性格悪いな。
why would a red key open gold chests? But that's exactly what it's for.
I am struggling to see these platforms.
Yeah,
These are
I've seen it often enough that I know it. And now we're finally getting to meet the actual villain of the game who's been bubbling up everybody, and she's just referred to as the witch. And we don't really get any motivation out of her, but she pulls out.
なんか、ボスが濃いな。
powered and
全
everything.
体的に。
And everyone's just kind of laughing. It's like, no, that's not me at all.
Can we recruit her into the party?
I wish.
Aww.
Sadly, she's working against us.
She has missiles. She didn't even have to pay for it. She didn't have to ride in the cannon either.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna tribe girl here just because I can get some free damage in while she's doing that running around thing. Because it's kind of hard to follow her. There we go. Get some more damage in. Very nice. And her head popped off. Darn. So sometimes you can beat her before her head pops off, and she's a lot easier to deal damage to because now she starts doing lasers and her.
うわ、直角レーザー。ダライアスみたい。
Okay, there we go. That was okay. Like normally I can beat her before the head pops off, but sometimes it just happens anyways. We finally rescued the prince, and we're just like, yeah, we can finally go home, married, and I can get rich and have all your money. And he's like, well, what about the villain who imprisoned me? He's like, oh yeah, I guess we'll go take care of her. Well, I'll do it for you. And then we're traveling together. This is a perfect chance for something. What's the word I'm looking for? Indecent to happen, so he'll be mine forever.
She's got priorities and she is sticking to them.
And so now for this stage, we're going to use him for one fight. He has a very powerful magic sword laser attack that's really, really good, but it's also like very risk heavy because if he gets hit while he's using it, he has a high chance of being moved into another direction, and you can't change your facing while it's active. So it does good damage, but it's a very high risk, high reward spell. So now just use the fairy to get up. Normally you're supposed to go around through a small maze to get the pearl there, and we need one pearl from each side to open the exit. You can jump over there to the right to get to the platforms over there, but I do need the map over here. And then I'm gonna get this. And then we're gonna be getting up soon to the reason why I had to bring the water tribe girl. Whoops. Shortchange that jump just a little bit.
68K で配信機材も 68K。
This is always a really tough room. So usually I make it fine with just enough health to be okay. Once in a while it has gotten pretty scary.
多分ゲーム画面はともかく左の映像のところで多分詰まりますね。
Those jerk birds.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the fairy eat up the projectiles coming after you. Is that something all fairies additionally do? Or?
Yeah, all fairies can do that, but technically only one fairy is supposed to actually do that. But that one that actually does that, basically drains mana to attack nearby enemies, but it also can defend you from projectiles. The other two fairies just kind of happen to be able to do that. So now the reason we brought out the Water Tribe girls because she's the only one who could take that pearl off. If anyone else tries to, it's protected by a barrier that's like only people of the Water Tribe can pass through. So it's just basically like a plot device to bring her. And even like when you go into stage select and if you hover over her in the character select and she's not in your party, it basically like says in Japanese, "Bring me, bring me." And they apparently had plans for more characters to do that because on the back of the box shows prototype footage of that. But unfortunately, she's the only character that has like real significance where it's like, oh yeah, you really need to bring this person. So it makes me wonder what else they had in mind. Because they also show like boss fights with characters you didn't have at that point. So either maybe it's like a debug build like they're showing, or maybe they had like different ideas on how they wanted boss order, or maybe.
ポンポン言ってるのは HP の警告かな。
So now we opened our first gold chest, which requires the key to open. And most of them are still going to be health upgrades, but we got to fill in that squiggly health bar. It's very important. And now we're going to get another mana refill, and that pearl we got earlier is going to be used to open the boss door. I'm going to refill my mana, change over to Prince Soul of the Sun Kingdom. I'm going to open this door. We're going to fight a nice big jellyfish over here, a pretty normal looking boss. His gimmick is that he gets hit by projectiles, and the tentacles do block hits, so that's what makes this guy really good. It's a piercing shot, so it just goes through everything. Gonna wait for
ここに
this
来
to
て
weigh
レー
down
ザ
just because of if he gets hit, he will get turned around. And then let's do that. Over here, and just a couple more hits. Only thing I don't like about his spell is that it does have kind of a high-pitched sound, but at least it's only the only time you use it. And then we're kind of disappointed there's nothing here, but he makes an off-camera comment like, "Hey, are we having jellyfish for dinner?" And Ryu was like, "Is jellyfish even edible?" I know. Actually, I don't even know if it is.
Everything's edible with enough fire.
Ah, that's true. So now I'm going to do a final party swap here, just basically the final part of the game. This is the second to last stage, but after this, we will be doing a lot of cleanup. If there's any donations, we can go through this, because all we're doing is opening a bunch of chests to collect MacGuffins to basically clear the stage.
Alrighty, I do have a couple donations here. We've got a $25 donation from RPG Cha that says, "Good luck, Shencha."
Aw, thank you, RPG Cha.
And then we also have a $25 donation from Possum Coffee, and it says, "For my Civ friend and Charlotte."
Aw.
Now, folks, I have breaking news. The villain is officially in the lead.
Yo, nice.
$355.
はい
we got for that game job buy right behind it, 336.
まあ、ここで交代の時間になりましたので、私、ここまでとなります。司会、抱負が務めさせていただきました。失礼いたします。
Who's going to be the name of the hero in Ultima 4?
Nice. So there we just, that's like the first time you see her magic in the game, because I don't really need to ever use it. Because like the only time is the first boss fight, and the first boss fight's just faster if you stay out of the boss.
はい、ホッファさんお疲れ様でした。ここから司会、私、ハトヤがお送りします。どうぞよろしくお願いします。マイクの方大丈夫でしょうか？ OK っぽいですね。はい、よろしくお願いします。引き続き、エトワールプリンセス。見てきます。でもね、起きたのはつい30分前なんで、気づいたら始まってたよっていうところなんでね。今分かってることは、この、ね、ハードがすごい古いよっていうところだけなんで。
But we will be doing some revisiting later. So now we got some disappearing platforms that are always fun.
古いんだけど全然グラフィックすげえよなって見ながら思いながらね見てたんで。
Like that one right there is impossible to make because it's always at the same timing. So I just have to do that, and of course it does the mean little thing of where it flips around if you hang out on it too long. And then we're gonna get to some mirror puzzles soon, where you have to redirect the
本
light
当に綺麗。
on various mirrors to
何分ね生まれる前のハードらしくて。
hit that one, and then that'll let us get down here to get the third prism.
最大65,000色。
This
グラ
one.
フィック性能高えなと思ったけど。
One to open the door back up. That way we can put the last one down and finally go down to the basement. Now that we put all the prisms in place, everything's all lit up and we can see down here. If you try to come down here early, everything will be really dark and you can kind of. And that basically that tablet there tells you what's going on. And all these platforms are invisible and they don't exist. Like you're not supposed to see them. They're not supposed to be there. And then you can finally progress on once you do all that because they really want you to do that. And you can see more light here. Everything's lit up now, but we're not quite done with that. We got one more mirror puzzle to do, so we got to collect the final prism, and then we also have to collect a mirror because there's a mirror missing on the next floor where we have to do the puzzle solving. And I actually kind of like that puzzle. It's simple once you know it, but it's like more complex than the other one where you really have to noodle around a bit to figure out how you want the lights to move just right to get everything lined up. And go over here. This is also another boss where we have to be anyways because it'll automatically change it. Hit that one. Hit this one 3 times because that's the only way it'll get right. Hit that one. Hit that one. And place that. And I'm just gonna refill.
配信環境というか画面がカクカクでところどころ止まっちゃうんですけどもこれはもう仕方ないですねっていう話をちょっと裏で。
So he'll always cast a spell, he'll teleport, and then I just get some free damage in when I can, and then just stand him and do more damage. And
言ってたんですけど、なかなかちょっとあれなのかな。昨日の夜もね、ちょっと配信トラブルがあったっぽくて、新しい環境ということで仕方ないのかなと。
And now all the seals are broken, but we're not done quite yet. We're going to do some backtracking, and I'm going to explain a little bit, and then I'll let any donations that if
おっと、気づいたらボス倒してた。
dungeon is called Emperor X. I'm not sure if that's a reference to anything. So now we're going to go back to all the way up first stage. There's a red chest there that we technically could open, but we can't reach without the jump fairy.
あと2人 ?3 人
It's just slightly enough out of the way that we just can't make it a regular jump. And now we can
そうですね。ハード自体も1987年ですから、スーパーファミコンより前ですね。昭和のゲームですかね。昭和のゲーム本当？俺嘘言ってない？エッセイじゃねえか。思いっきり平成じゃねえかよ。ハードは昭和ってだけで、ちょっとは平成でした。いけないいけない。昨日もね、昨日もちょっと FF をね、15が最新とは言ってたんで、いけない。変なの見知らとね、いけない要素は兼ねってるわ。そうですね、音響もね、ちょっとカクカクな状態なんで。司会者の頭もちょっとまだね、寝起きでカクカクなんで、そこはご容赦いただいて。どっちもカクカクでね、いけないなーって。あ、また悪いことやって。Is that you can once you've cleared a puzzle in a stage, it stays clear. You can revisit stages and they stay clear. It's just 一瞬いけないことやって気づいたらクリアしちゃって。Because I do not have the Fire Tribe girl with me, and luckily I don't have to do any platforming because the gold chest is really close by. But now you can see like the full darkness in effect, and it's like, well, it's really dark in here. Maybe we should have brought the Fire Tribe. だいぶちょっとね。
That you should have brought her along so you can see. And you see is like they darkened it. Like everything's actually darker, but they do.
二人のワイプを見る限り、インターネットの環境なのかなっていう気はしますね。
I like it. It's a nice touch. You can still see enough. And we're getting the third and final fairy here, which is the attack fairy, which will drain mana to attack any nearby enemies. But I don't particularly find it useful. We also got an item at some point that drains mana for temporary invincibility.
そうですね。
Useful, but it drains your mana really, really fast.
面白いっていうか、本当にデザインにも味がある。ああ、この時代のゲームってこんなデザインだったんだなっていうような。
Yeah, I do have a quick donation here. It's an anonymous one, and it's $5, and it has no comment, but we appreciate those all the same. I want to talk to you folks about what we've got going on pretty much.
その世代の流行り廃りっていうか、空気感がキャラデザからも伝わってきますよね。
100% no major glitches run being done by Organ Mike. We also have met the incentive to have the Ultima 3 Kill Lord British run being done by their daughter Charlotte, so that's going to be super awesome. After that, we have a run of Axe Battle, a Legend of Golden Axe being done by Sharif. That's a game.
そうですね。
So speaking of interesting
今こんなでっかいディスプレイ見ないから。
Tonight is the Metaphor Refantasio run being done by Impulse and Champion Beef. And that has
中古ショップ行っても見ないもんな。
We could talk about those in a little bit, but just know that that's going to be coming up a little later on tonight.
That's wonderful. I love that. So we're on the top floor now. If we go left, it would go, or the highest floor we need to get to. If we go left, it goes up higher to the next boss. And we're getting probably to me the most useful item in the game, but you get so late that it's no longer all that useful. Basically, increases your mana by 1. So like the main character you can only go out cast up to 4 times with this item. So other characters can have the 5 cast. So it's really, really nice. But you don't get it till the end of the game.
ブラウンかなとこれ何キロなんだろう。
Unless you know to go back for that as soon as you get the red key.
でかいもんな
It's
結
so
構。
late in the game that it doesn't feel all that meaningful. But now that we have the jump fairy, we can also do this stage much more quickly to get to the item we need. So we can just jump up here instead of having to go all the way around, which is just so nice. So like it really
15キロぐらい？
So now I
多
can
分。
jump up on top of all this stuff and not have
ま
to
た適当なこと言ってって言われそうだけど。
everything around here.
お前の通じゃ毎回適当じゃねえかいって怒られそうだけど、多分こんくらいかなっていう。
Deal with some obstacles like the spikes here, but now we have so much health that it doesn't really matter because our health bar is almost maxed out.
視界の勝手な憶測です。
Jump up here now. I think it's just amazing that the height's just enough that you can reach
ブ
it.
ラウン管はテレビと
Like a
かね。
Batman monster there. We'll see more of those later.
テレビの上に大体何
The
か
final
物が乗って
revisit
るイメ
item
ージ。
here, which is another health upgrade. And now we can go back to the world map, and now we can go to the final stage of the game. And
今のにブラウン管ってサザエさんぐらいしか見ない？
anything that I'm not aware of. But now we finally get to use my favorite character here, the white-haired Serena. Her thing is that she throws her staff and you can control its movement. And basically, this is where the witch lives. And it's kind of just like a down castle, and it's like this is really the final place. And so we get this black orb here. It's like, ew, it's really slimy, and we're not sure why.
I don't think I want to know why.
I
honestly.
absolutely do not want to know why.
And so the jump fairy we can also reach up here. And this one, it's also slimy. We'll be taste it, and it's like, oh, it's salty. And it's like only Uru would actually do that.
今ここはどのステージかも分かんなかったな
Okay
今。
without knowing anything else.
Oh, you'll know soon enough. And now we just 100% of the game. That's the final item we get. So now we put them in the nose of this thing, and it's like, that explains why they're slimy.
Slimy, yes. Salty, no.
The fact that she did it is just the weirdest thing.
It's not
気
what
づ
I
いたらもう
want.
HP カウントしてますね。
In this room, they actually account for you having the jump fairy, and they make a point to make it so that you can't jump on
い
top
つ
of
HP カウントしたんだろうっていう。
I shorted my jump just a little. So let's do that.
鉄人人形かなあれは。
And, oh wow, slime champ. And get rid of that hedgehog. There we go. All right. And now we're pretty much in the clear. We gotta go down here, and there's a jump on. It's 100% intentional. There's no other way up here.
Shen, can I do a quick donation then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's $50 from Quist that says, best of luck, Shentok.
お、
Victory.
安定してきたかな。
Thank you, Quiz. Let's see. Gonna get away. And then gonna put that because my MP is almost drained now. From
と
all
思った
that.
けどそうでもなかった。
I'm gonna refill everything so that way I can just be as prepared as I can for the final boss.
再建。
And now we're all full up. We're in the final room of the game. Basically, there's some of the doors are closed. Instead of just like poking through them, since it's just paper doors, we're polite. We're just gonna go through the rafters and get around all that. So we can jump
和
down
風
here.
か中華か分からなくきゃなこの
Now we gotta
この世界観。
go back up and do it again. There we go. And now we're gonna be entering the final stretch. This is basically a thing we walk into. And it's like, oh, you can hear a bell going. And basically the witch is just like praying for her success. Turns out she's a collector and she likes collecting people. And she's like, oh man, all my sealed collection of people, they are in mint condition. And we go meet her and she's like, I'm the #1 witch in the land. And Rule's like, no, you're #1 behind me. She's like, I'll show you who's the best.
ん？今のポーズは？
In true fashion, she turns into a giant.
それはいいのか今のポーズは？
Yeah, I think I now understand why it's Emperor X. Is because there may be a unnamed character from a kaiju that has to face a 3-headed dragon.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. So yeah, so her special magic is that she slows down times, and it slows down time, and it even works on bosses. So it's really
でも
nice
してた
just
ポーズだよあれは。
and pull out her attack and do a ton of damage while the not do a whole lot. But the downside is you have to wait for your staff to come back to you before you can cast a spell. But it's nice because you can get each has its own hit points, and you have to destroy
くるくる回ってる。
in order to do that. And this is a very, very nice fight so far.
I like how she stops signing the same way that Superman does by just spinning the opposite direction.
首切れた。
And time will come up when it fades to black. And so we have time.
あと11です。
And here we smooch the prince. He's just like, okay, we did it. Here comes
最後なんかもう
the smooch.
カクカクで首切れたらびっくりしちゃった。
And then we get a nice credits roll, a very beautiful artwork,
いや
very
本当に
bouncy ending theme. And it's basically
スムーズな画面で見たかったな。
one thing I didn't explain is like the motivations
クオリティ高いもんなこのゲーム。
is Serena, the white-haired girl. And she's like, no, I don't want to come help. And I'm not interested at all. And it was just like, well, if you rescue a prince from a kingdom as rich as them, they will surely be handsomely rewarded with pearls.
キャラデザイン90年代なんだよな。
And the entire rest of the conversation is her muttering to herself, treasure? Treasure? Okay, I'll go, treasure. And it's just great, and it even like, gives you like a little bit of everything going on. You see everybody off, and and look at that.
今の時代絶対見ないけどね、こういうデザイン見ると、あ、いいな、可愛いなってなっちゃうんだよな。ありがとう。
And just like bringing everybody back home, and everybody's free again. There's the
1万。
you see all the cast, the
高い
party
な。
that you got along the way, and the people who helped you out. And we're here back home.
スペシャルサンクスがありがとうなのかな、これは。
My people, we're married now, and I'm wealthy and powerful. She's like, hey, where's my money? Get old big old treasure chest.
ピースオン、キロタイ作って
Still pretty mad at us. Like,
た。マジか。
the intro, unfortunately, but the intro just basically sets up like the
企
whole
画
thing.
制
It's
作。
really cute and adorable. If you ever get the chance to look it up, it's just really, it's just a cute game overall. I
というわ
highly
けで、
recommend
ドワー
it.
ルプリンセス。
Japanese play, but it
終
does
わり。
enhance the experience quite a bit. And then
いいな、このデザイン。
like a little bit after this, you get a little epilogue of what happened to the witch. Basically, like the island, like the whole
味わいがあって
continent
本
is
当
like
好
a floating
き。
continent. So as punishment, we hung her off the edge of the continent for, as just to deal with her. And she's like, "Hey, you can't leave me here. Don't forget about me. It's
終わりじゃないわよ。
I'm still here."
あ、捕まってた。
It's like, don't forget me. Next time, I will have my revenge. And bye bye.
Oh no.
And that is the
バンジー
And thank you so much for having me. This was so wonderful to show and set up and bring
一
everything
瞬今聞い取れてたな。
to show everybody the X68000 and how really cool.
Yeah, let's give one more round of applause for Shentok and that fantastic 020 Princess run.
というわけで、ドールプリンセスでした。よかったな、今の最後の C パート。今の好き。というわけで、次のゲームの準備をしてきますので、一旦失礼します。引き続きジャパニーズリストリームをお楽しみください。
Quest of the Avatar run being done by Oregon Mike. We've got two bid wars here that are going to cut off when the run begins. So basically, this break here is going to be your last opportunity to get in on this. The first one is selecting the gender of the hero. Female has 25, male has 0, so that would be a pretty easy snipe if you want to see male. As far as naming the hero goes, this is where the big bucks coming in here. The villain is in the lead with $460. Name Job Buy has 336, and Steve has 330. So there's still time. You're gonna have to put in some considerable here to knock the villain off. And if you really feel like doing it and being that villain, the time is now to do that. Alrighty, folks, we are going to take a very quick...
サメ。かわいいな。向こうの